To continue the analogy that we began in Chapter 3, where we considered the first part of the business development cycle, targeting clients, well, we're now descending through the clouds, so to speak. It's time to drop to a 10,000-foot analysis of 5 key strategies for converting the 15 contacts on your best opportunities list to actual clients of your practice. Do you remember reading in Chapter 4 about the equations that apply to the new business development process? Let me remind you of them. First, if you have 15 excellent prospects for new business development, you should expect that 5 of them will become clients of your practice. If you strategically and diligently advance those relationships to the point of engagement. Legal business development and baseball have something in common. Batting .300 is a fabulous average. Lawyers who don't understand the rules of the business development game tend to become discouraged when the majority of their prospects spiral out of it. They think they've done something wrong. But those of you who've read the workbook, you know it's reasonable to assume that only 1/3 of your prospects will actually become clients. Second, it takes anywhere between 5 to 10 meaningful connections, meetings, or contacts with a prospect before you may expect to have the opportunity to do business. Again, most lawyers who don't appreciate how the business development process works will give up after 2 or maybe 3 connections if they don't receive a clear signal at that point that the prospect wants to engage them. What a mistake. Those of you who are studying the best practices know that you can't microwave the prospect development process. Third, expect that from the time you meet a prospect until he or she engages you will take between 9 months and 3 years until you will actually do business together. Again, business development tends to be a long game, and those who appreciate this rule of timing get it that you don't toss in the towel prematurely. You pace yourself and continue to advance the relationship until it's clear either that there is or will not be an opportunity to do business. Now to the 5 best practices for converting 1/3 of those on your best opportunities list to actual clients of your practice within a 9-month to 3-year time frame. 2 of the best practices are unique, and 3 of them are similar, but just a little bit different. Here they are. First, research and plan to advance the relationship with each of your key contacts. In this chapter, we consider the importance both of secondary and primary research. Lawyers tend to be nervous about conducting primary research when it comes to the business development process. They're much more comfortable with the secondary approach. In this chapter, you'll focus on how to perform primary research and view it as a necessary aspect of building your practice. Second, setting realistic goals to advance the relationship with each of your contacts. This has to do with pacing yourself and recognizing that business development, it's a long game. If you push too hard in the early days or try to skip over important relationship building activities, you'll probably lose out on what could be an excellent opportunity. Now for the 3 related strategies. They have to do with asking for the business. First, you have to commit to asking. Don't leave this to chance or guesswork. And you have to practice how you will do it so that when the time comes, you're comfortable with the process. Second, you have to ask at the right time, and there are some pointers on how to identify when the time is right to ask. Third, you have to ask the right person, the decision maker. More on this in Chapter 5. You'll also continue to work with your best opportunities list for new business in Chapter 5, and you'll complete the how column of strategies for each specific contact on your list. Again, this will be a tool that you will use over and over again as a strategic planning and prioritization guide in the business development process. Okay, open up to chapter 5 and let's get started.